Okay, welcome everybody to the webinar tonight. I'm Trevor, I'm your presenter, and this is the first of a long series of webinars that we're going to be covering on various marketing topics. Today's, I feel like, is at the very core of internet marketing, something you guys have probably learned some about, maybe don't know a lot about. There's a lot of discussion on the internet about it, but I want to put some of those questions to rest and really discuss the right way to do keyword research tonight. I mean, there's hardly anything as important as keyword research, and I'm talking about research more specifically for websites that are trying to find themselves ranking towards the top of Google, and we need to be toward the top of Google, right? Because statistically, most people click on searches that are towards the top. I mean, that's no secret. We all do it. And I'm going to do this, and we're going to use the uptownpearl.com site as an example. This is a site that I have some interest in. We're sort of part owners. My wife and I are working on this with our partner, and I think this is going to be a great example because this right now, there's not a lot going on this site, and we're going to do some keyword research to make sure something starts happening. So, and that's really your first step. Like, you guys look at all the different ways to do marketing on the internet with a website. If you don't get the keyword research part down correctly, you're probably going to struggle, and you're going to struggle a lot. You can't really produce really solid search engine rankings unless you kind of know what you're doing from a keyword standpoint. So that's what we're going to look at. Now, let's just, looking at this site here, I want you guys to tell me, if you were the owner of a site that sold pearl stuff, and let me just kind of introduce you to it. There's various types of necklaces. All of the pearls, they're real. They're what are called freshwater pearls. Freshwater pearls, they are real, but they're cultured, so they don't happen naturally. They're basically farm raised, which is what the majority of the pearls are in the world. They're farm raised. Natural pearls are extremely expensive, but they are real. Real pearls, necklaces, bracelets. I'll show you some of the categories. Here's their bracelets category. You can kind of see the different styles. This one we sold just the other day on Etsy. We've got an Etsy store, which we'll talk about at some point. I mean, they're nice, classy products. Pearls are something, I guess, for the women here that wear pearls, right? It's something that really doesn't go out of styles. They always stay classy, and people buy them, in 2014, 2015, and 15, 20, 25, 30, 50 years ago, whatever, right? So they're definitely in demand. You can see earrings right here, necklaces. I promise, guys, I'm not actually trying to advertise to you, even if it feels like I am. These are just some of the types of products. I want you guys to kind of know what we're selling going into this. So let me ask you a question. Now that you've kind of seen some of these products, what do you guys, I mean, if you had to pick, what would be some of the keywords or keyword searches that people would type in to find this kind of stuff? Here's one of the necklaces. Like, if you own this site, if you could choose to be at the top of Google for something, what keyword search would it be? I'm going to go to Google and just kind of illustrate this to you. Just give me some ideas. There's one right there, just the word pearls. Okay, what else? Necklaces is another idea. Jewelry, earrings. Okay. Actually, I'm going to make a list here so you guys can kind of see. Where should I put this? Let's do wordcounter.net. I'm just going to list your guys' words here that you guys are giving me, just so we can all kind of be on the side. This is probably kind of hard to see. I'm going to zoom in. Okay, here we go. So I'm seeing pearls, necklaces, jewelry, cultured pearls, freshwater pearls, the word fashion. Actually, Delmy and Bob just made a good point. They said be sure to mention cultured and make it known they are real and less expensive than the others. You know what's interesting is the Federal Trade Commission actually puts out rules about jewelry. So if you're in the market selling jewelry, you have to word things a certain way sometimes. So I'm definitely aware of that. That's a really good point. Pearl drops was another one. Accessories, earrings. Okay, so I mean that's a pretty good set. Bracelets is one that I see. I'm not going to write them all down. You guys have done a pretty good job just brainstorming some stuff. Now, as you guys look at this, these are, I mean, they're all different keyword searches, right? So, for example, if I go to Google and I type in the word pearls and do a search, what Google does, and I'm going to zoom in so you guys can see this a little bit better, but Google will bring up some results, right? And that's what these are. In fact, just so you guys understand this, there's two different types of results that pull up in Google. These ones right here, they show up and they've got the word ad next to them. You see this? Ad, ad, ad. That means that these people are paying to be there. Okay, so it's like if I wanted to, I could get this site, Uptown Pearl, to show up right here, #1 in Google, if I was willing to pay for it. These guys pay whenever somebody clicks on the ad. So this BlueNile.com company right here, they're not paying to be here necessarily, but they'll pay if I click on this ad. If I clicked on this right now, Google would charge them money. I'll bet they're paying, I don't know, a couple of bucks to be there, maybe more. Like I literally could charge this person $2 if I clicked on this ad or more. I'm not going to do that, of course, but I just wanted to show you that these ads are different. These are called your paid ads at the top, and they always show up your first 2 or 3 listings, and you'll also notice them here on the side too. These right here, all paid ads running down the side. Some of you guys may have already known that, but I think it's important for you guys who didn't to understand the distinction. Let me zoom out here so you can see the page just a little bit better. So you got your paid ads at the top and on the right. Then these right here, these are the ones that we need to get excited about because this is where we're trying to rank. This whole section right here, going down the page, this is called your organic search results. There's lots of synonyms, so they call them organic search results, natural results. These are the results that come up that Google basically chooses based on who they think are the best websites to present there. Now, we're going to be spending a lot of time talking about how these companies are actually getting here. For the word pearls, Wikipedia is your first real natural result. Then you've got companies like Tiffany.com, right? You're going to see some big name companies here, Pearls.com. Some of these companies I don't know as much about. Pearl Paradise, I've actually not really heard of. Amazon shows up, so on and so forth. Overstock is there as well. These are all companies that are showing up for free, essentially, because Google likes them enough to show them there. So what's crazy is statistically, I think it's like 30%. I'll have to check the statistic on this, but this is close to accurate. Around 3 out of 10 people, when they do a search like this, will click on these paid ads. 70% will come down and click on the actual organic ads. So it's probably more value. You will get more traffic if you rank #1 organically as opposed to ranking #1 because you're paying for it. Okay? We want to rank organically, and that's what we're focusing on right now. That's why we're doing some keyword research, because we want our site right here, at least somewhere on the top page. For sure, you're going to get some traffic if you get to this top page. Anyway, I want to kind of give you guys a rundown of search engine results there. Let me know Let me know if you have any questions about that. Vince just told me, Vince is here, he just said he always skips the paid ads. I do too. I don't click on them because I don't think they're as good usually because I know they're paying to be there. The very best websites on the internet are the ones that Google chooses to put up towards the top. And funny enough, you can't be number one in Google if you don't pay for it. You know, you can often be like number 4, like these guys, but that gets the majority of the clicks. So keep that in mind. Catherine asks, what are some of the criteria that Google uses to rank these where they are? Well, there's a lot of things. There's how old the website is, how old the domain is, how many links are pointing to the website, how they use the keyword in the page and in the meta tags. There's something called on-site optimization that you do in order to help yourself rank higher. There's a lot of criteria. We'll be discovering a lot of that together as we do this for sure. So that's not an easy question to ask or to answer in a quick period of time, but that's some of the criteria anyway, Catherine. So before we can even really compete for this kind of stuff, right? Like I would love to rank for the word pearls. I really would. If I could get this website to rank for that keyword, we'd be making huge money. I know that for sure, because if I had to guess, don't you think a lot of people probably type in pearls? In fact, let's go back to our list here. Just in terms of like popularity, which one of these keywords would you guys say, what would you say, just based on the look of the keywords we've got here, which ones would you say are searched for most often? Right? Because, these aren't all equal. What one do you think is typed in to Google most? And what ones are typed in least, would you say, just based on looking at it? So let's say most first. I'm seeing jewelry, potentially. So let's say most popular. You guys think maybe jewelry. Okay, what else? Maybe pearl jewelry, although I don't think we listed that here. Just out of these listed, we'll say. All right, so I'm getting a comment that maybe fashion is a little too general, like the word, but aren't we just all speculating here? Vince thinks maybe pearls, Kirk, earrings, Linda, who knows, right? Like all we can do is speculate. So that's one thing we got to look at. What ones are most popular? I don't know. I would guess maybe pearls. No, I don't know. I would say maybe, if it were me, I would say, yeah, pearls or necklaces. Some of the more generic ones I think are probably searched for a little more often. Okay, so most popular. But let me ask you a question. Yes, it would be sweet to rank at the top of Google for some of these keywords, right? No question. You guys would get I could get this site thousands upon thousands upon thousands of visitors every single day if I could rank at the top for some of this stuff. But is it realistic? Remember, this is a brand new website. Like this website was launched last year, probably in the summer. I think I can't remember exactly. I think it was in the summer at some point. It was actually launched. So it's been around for 6 or 7 months, but they haven't really done much marketing. Do you guys think it's possible for me to actually get a ranking for one of these keywords right off the bat? Or are we crazy? Is it just too competitive? What do you guys think? Yeah, some of you guys are saying, yeah, probably. Remember, can we just look at the sites up here for pearls? Like, look who we're competing against really quick. Because ultimately, if I'm going to break into the first page for the word pearls, don't I have to knock one of these websites down a little bit? Am I going to outrank Wikipedia right out the gate? Or how about Tiffany.com, Pearls.com? There's an Amazon listing here. My guess is just based off of the eye test, looking at who I've got to displace here for a brand new website that just shows up onto the scene, my guess is that's not going to be very easy. I think you guys are right. I think it's going to be way, way too hard, at least right away, for me to break onto the first page. I know that for sure, and that comes from experience, but I'm going to show you guys some tools tonight that'll help you guys see that for yourself. I'll just tell you right now, there's no way. Like, I could hire a marketing firm to market for me. I could spend thousands of dollars a month, and I don't think a good professional marketing firm could get me on the first page of Google for this quickly. No way. No chance. In fact, any reputable marketing firm would tell me to go take a hike. If I called them and said, hey, how much did I have to pay you to rank on the top page of Google for pearls? And they'd tell me nothing, because we can't get a brand new website to rank for that. I promise you guys, some keywords are just too competitive for a new business to rank for. Now, don't let that make you feel bad or something. You know what I mean? Like, it's okay, because guess what? We don't have to rank for the word pearls to get found online. I think if we're going to do this the right way, I'm going to put this aside. I might look up the word pearl and just check it out, but if I'm honest with myself, I'm going to look for keywords that are a little more specific. Rather than the word necklace. After all, if somebody types in the word necklace, granted, there's necklaces on my site, but they're pearl necklaces. So somebody looking for the word or looking for necklaces doesn't necessarily want a pearl necklace. I want people coming to my site, people who are looking for pearl products. So I'm going to make sure most of my keyword research is centered around stuff that's a little more specific to what I offer. So if you go back to our list of keywords here, this stuff right here, like earrings, I'm not going to do earrings. I'm going to do pearl earrings. And not only am I going to try to rank for pearl earrings, but let's take pearl earrings down here. I'm going to try to rank for lots of alternatives to that. If somebody's looking for pearl earrings, let me ask you guys a question. If you're in the market for pearl earrings, does everybody type in pearl earrings? Or are there going to be some alternates? Are people going to type in some variations? My guess is probably variations. What kind of variations? Give me some ideas. If you guys are looking for a set of pearl earrings for yourself or your significant other, what would you type in? If you were in Google looking for them. There's a good one. Kirk, I like that. How about this one? Genuine pearl earrings. That's a great keyword phrase, right? Because I'm actually offering legit, real pearl earrings. That's for sure. What else? Authentic jewelry, maybe, but that's not really related to pearl earrings. Let's just talk pearl earrings specifically. If somebody's looking for pearl earrings, what kind of variations might they type in? How about, I'm just going to guess here, how about quality pearl earrings? Or how about cheap pearl earrings? What else, guys? High-end, oh, there's one. High-end pearl earrings. Pearl sorry, my typing is awful right now. There we go. How about maybe inexpensive pearl earrings? Wow, my spelling too. Or, I mean, the list could go on, right? About dangle pearl earrings. Like the variations of just pearl earrings could go on endlessly, couldn't they? And ultimately, like, this is what I want you guys to walk away with tonight. This kind of stuff, the generic stuff, like, just throw it out completely. We don't want to try to rank for jewelry. Fashion, way too generic. Accessories, no way. Bracelets, definitely not, right? It's all too generic. We need very specific keyword phrases, because in a specific keyword phrase, the people who come to your site are going to be more motivated to buy because they know what they want. If I got 100 people that came to my site for the word earrings, and then I got another 100 people that came to my site for the words quality pearl earrings, I would see a much higher percentage of the people with the more specific keyword search that would buy from me, as opposed to the generic just earrings people, because those people may not even be looking for pearl earrings, right? So we need to be very specific in our keyword phrases as we're starting to do our research. Yeah, you guys are putting in a lot of good ideas. Like, you put in lots of different, like, I don't know, descriptive words. Vince gave us an idea. Extravagant might be a good word. You could certainly use size as a word to describe what you're trying to sell. Attractive, bargain earrings, pearl earrings on sale. Like, this list right here, we could brainstorm for hours and come up with hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. Okay, so I would say the first step for you guys when you're considering your site like this, really what I should do, if I'm going to do this the right way, and I will, I may show you guys my work on this. I'm going to go through each section. I'm going to go through the bracelet section. I'm going to go through the earrings section. I'm going to go through the necklaces section. And I'm going to brainstorm as many different keyword phrases as I can come up with that I think maybe people might be typing in. Okay? That's the first step, is just brainstorming ideas. Don't throw much out. Just the parameter I gave you is you need it to be not so generic. You want more specific keyword phrases that are related to your product. Okay, so that's established right now. We want to brainstorm to start. One tool that I think is really, really cool to help you guys brainstorm, you'll have to check this one out if you haven't before. It's called keywordtool.io. Okay, keywordtool.io, and it's built on this premise. Have you ever noticed that when you do a Google search, and watch this closely, I'm going to zoom in here so you guys can see this. Notice when I put in the letter P, see how it gives me suggestions? And then if I put in the letter E, A, R, L, S, see how it's giving me suggestions as to maybe what I'm looking for? You know, and then if I put a space and do necklace, I start typing in necklace, it starts offering other suggestions. Google doesn't just come up with these suggestions like willy-nilly, right? Like, they come up with these suggestions based on other people's searches. So when I put in pearls neck, and they suggest, well, probably necklace or pearls necklace sets, those are probably keywords that people are typing in pretty often. Pearls necklace Tiffany. I should really probably type in pearl necklace. Meaning, value, story, lyrics, none of those would make sense. Maybe I could do this. Maybe I could type in buy pearl necklace, and then it starts suggesting other ones. Online would be a keyword phrase. So I may have never thought of the keyword phrase buy pearl necklace online, but Google just suggested it to me as I was just typing things in. This is a great way to come up with keyword phrases that people are definitely looking for because Google is suggesting them. Okay, I mean seriously, there's probably not too many better ways to come up with real keyword phrases that people are looking for. That's what this tool is built on. It's built on that very premise. If I come in here and put in pearl necklace and then do a search here using the Google tab as a default, this tool will sort of suggest all the different kind of keywords that would come next if I were to type in various things. So for example, if I typed in pearl necklace and then the letter A, this is going to show me sort of what Google would suggest at that point. Pearl necklace Amazon, pearl necklace and earrings, pearl necklace and earring set. You can go all the way down. Pearl necklace B, C, D, etc., etc. These are all keyword ideas. People that are people typing in on Google. So like if you need some ideas, if you're sitting there brainstorming and you can't come up with very much, you use this tool called keywordtool.io, and you can get tons of suggestions as to what people are actually typing into Google. Okay. This tool is really, really neat. Maybe we'll spend time on this later, but anyway, I just wanted to show this to you guys. So that'll help with your brainstorming. So again, just let's go through the steps. Step 1 is we're going to brainstorm. Step 2 is I like to figure out how difficult it is to rank for different keyword phrases. So let's go back here to our list right here. We need to figure out a couple of things about these keywords. We need to figure out how popular they are, and we need to see how competitive they are. Because it doesn't really do us any good to rank at the top of Google for a keyword phrase that nobody's actually searching for, right? And in the same breath, it doesn't do us any good to rank or to try to rank at the top of Google for a keyword phrase that's just too competitive. So this is how we solve some of those problems. We use a tool called the Moz keyword analysis tool. Okay, Moz is a sort of an expensive search engine suite well, when I say expensive, I mean it's $100 a month. That's about what you're looking at. I don't advocate people to actually sign up and pay the $100 a month, because you can use a 30-day free trial on it. I think they actually will take your credit card, but if you mark on your calendar to make sure you cancel it before those 30 days end, do it, and then you can use their keyword tool that whole 30 days and use it for free without having to pay your $100 a month. And you can do a lot of your keyword research in the space of a month as you're getting your website started. So I would use the Moz tool, sign up for it. You can do your free trial, right? I'll sign into, we have an account here in our office that we use. So I'm gonna sign into that. And once you get signed into Moz here, you're gonna come here to research tools, and you're gonna use this keyword analysis tool, okay? So I'm gonna click on that, keyword analysis. And just to show you guys, I'm gonna go back to our list here. Let's use these. Okay, so I'm just going to copy and paste these in. Just out of curiosity, we're going to compare these ones that are related to pearl earrings. So I'm going to just copy and paste. You can separate them by commas. I know this is kind of small. I'll zoom in on this so you guys can see the tool a little bit better. But there's this box here. You can put up to 20 different keyword phrases in this box. Okay, so I'm going to grab that one. Bear with me for just a second while I grab these. Comma space. Sorry, wordcounter.net here keeps trying to open up a video on me. And again, I mean, while I'm putting this in, the whole reason why we're using this Moz tool is they're gonna answer the question: A, how popular a keyword phrase is, and B, how competitive the keyword phrase is. That way we can make sure we're choosing ones that people are actually looking for, but that aren't incredibly difficult to get a Google ranking for. All right, this will be the last one. And then just for fun, I'm going to put in the word pearls. I'm going to put in the word fashion, like some of the generic ones we came up with earlier. Necklace, earrings, jewelry. Okay. Once I've got my keywords listed here, I can hit check difficulty. And then if I scroll down here, it's going to start checking the difficulty for me. Okay. So some of these are pending still, but we've got some results that have come in here for some of this stuff. I'm a little surprised by some of the results already. Here's what you look for. So keyword difficulty right here. This column, this is indicating just how hard it is for us to get a high ranking in Google. Okay, you guys, this tool basically does a lot of the analysis of the companies that occupy the top 10 results for any search here. So like when I put in genuine pearl earrings, this tool is analyzing whoever's on the top page of Google, and then it's spitting out this percentage to tell me how difficult, based on my competition, it's going to be to break into the first page. They give me a 47%. The way to scale this is 0 would be extremely easy to rank for. 100% would be impossible to rank for. That's the scale. So really what we're looking for is we want to try to find percentages here that are as low as they possibly can be. So just by looking at this now, guys, knowing what I've taught you guys about keyword difficulty and the percentage here, what word is going to be most difficult for us to rank for based on these results? What's going to be the hardest here to actually pull a first page ranking for? Yeah, fashion, right? I'm seeing some of you guys type in fashion there. Because it's 81%. Why is it 81%? Well, I'll show you. Come out here to Google. I'm going to type in the word fashion and do a search. Let me zoom out here. Let me show you why. Okay, so here are the sites that are coming up here. Notice these aren't actually paid ads either. This one's a natural result. Sorry, I don't even know what that is. L.com. For those of you guys who are into fashion, maybe that means something to you. I've never used that. Wikipedia, wwd.com, fashion.net, vogue.com, Pinterest, and then they show some articles from the New York Times and stuff. The reason why this is 81% is essentially Moz is looking at each one of these pages that are ranked here, and they're saying, look, your chances of displacing one of those is very low. It's extremely difficult, therefore 81%. So it saves you the time of actually having to analyze this stuff yourself. 81%. Okay, so based on these same results, though, oh, thanks, guys. Catherine and Stephanie, that's a fashion magazine site. There you go. I didn't know that. I probably shouldn't know that, right? Okay, so what's the easiest then, based on our keyword list? Let's look for right here, right? 24%, dangle pearl earrings. That's the easiest. Now, if I go to Google, and let me just check out who's on the front page of Google for this. There's a couple of paid ads. I'm going to disregard those. Number 1 is Overstock.com. Amazon's on the list. Ross-Simmons. Etsy. ShopStyle. Apparently, these pages aren't nearly as strong, right? Like, believe it or not, guys, it's not uncommon for a new website to be able to outrank somebody like Target or Kohl's, because these are like really deep interior pages. Like, this is the web address to the Target page. It's a deep interior page of Target. It's actually not that strong of a page. It's not like we're competing against Target's homepage here. We're competing against an interior page, so it's not as difficult. Bottom line is, I mean, it's not like you guys need to go in and check these results every time. Trust the tool. I'm telling you, I've used this for a long time. If it says that it's 24%, that's a good percentage. That's something I would definitely target. Okay, that's what these percentages mean. Now, just to give you kind of a general scale, if I'm a brand new website, I'm trying to probably shoot for stuff that's in and around 40% or less, because those are the types of keywords I feel like I can nail top page rankings for in a short period of time. Because we have two options, right? Either you guys try to target all of the huge popular competitive phrases and never rank, or you never earn rankings until months and months and months later, or we make money now. We go for the less competitive keyword phrases, but phrases that we can pull rankings for right away. Maybe they're not as popular, but oh well, at least we're getting traffic to the site. Hopefully that kind of theory makes sense, especially for a brand new site. Okay, so here's the second thing we're going to look at when we're analyzing these keywords here. Look here at the this thing called the Bing search volume. Okay, right here. I only want to look at the local column because the global column is just that. It's taking into account every country in the world. We want to look at local for just US-based American searches because that's our target market for the most part, right? Okay, so let's look through here. Now, these numbers mean basically how popular the keyword phrase is. So based on this, there's definitely a pretty wide scale here. But what's your most popular keyword phrase? And by the way, Linda just asked, can we use Google Trends? Yes, you can. Google Trends is another tool that can kind of help you understand the popularity of keyword phrases, for sure. The Google AdWords tool kind of does the same. In fact, there's that. I mean, if you look at it, there's a lot of keyword tools out there. We'll probably do webinars on all of them. But if you want a tool that is sort of compiles all the data you want into one and it just lays it out really easily, that's probably why you use Moz. You can get this information elsewhere, but it puts it together really nicely. That's why we use it. All right, so what's the most popular keyword phrase? By far, fashion at 93,458. Now, these numbers right here, guys, they basically took an average. I think it's an average over the past 3 months worth of data in the search engine Bing. And Bing's pretty popular, right? Like, it's not nearly as popular as Google, but it's still fairly popular. I think the latest report is, and I was trying to look this up prior to the webinar just to kind of give you guys an idea. This is from comscore.com. It's a little hard to see. I'm going to zoom in here. ComScore comes out with some search engine, sort of like the what do I want to say? Like the amount. I really should phrase this better, but the market share. That's what I want to say. Of searches that happens in the different search engines. So if you look right here, this is as of like August of this year, August 2014, 67% of searches are happening in Google and Google-related sites. 19% are happening in Microsoft-related sites, which would be Bing. Yahoo sites, which is really just Yahoo and anything affiliated with Yahoo, is 10%. And then you've got Ask.com and AOL.com that represent a very, very, very small fraction of the internet. So when I show you guys that, because when you're looking at the Moz tool, these numbers right here are represented from the Microsoft sites. You would almost have to multiply this number here probably by 5, probably more than that, honestly, but around 5, and that would give you more of like a total volume for the entire internet. So if somebody asked you how many times in a month on average across the entire internet is the word fashion searched for, we'll just take that number there and multiply it by 5, 6, or 7. If I do that on my calculator, 93,458 times, we'll say 6. This across the entire internet is probably searched for 500,000 times, over 500,000 times. This is a monthly number, right? And it's a monthly number only coming from Bing. And I show you guys that so as to not get you discouraged when you see Dangle Earrings here, which has a fabulous score from a difficulty standpoint. It's only 24%. But then you look right here, and this is only 61. That's not a lot, right? But that's 61 just in Bing. Let's multiply 61 by, right? Let's multiply it by 6. That's 366 across the entire internet, in Google, in Yahoo, and Bing. That's a decent keyword phrase. Even this one right here, which only has a 5, inexpensive pearl earrings, it's a 42%. It's a little high, but it still has 5 here. Like, there's definitely some volume for it. What would be a really inefficient choice if you were looking to choose a keyword phrase to rank for here would be something like this. Notice quality pearl earrings. It's a 52%, so it's highly competitive. This is going to be extremely difficult for you to rank for, but it's not even that popular. Okay? Usually there's a correlation. The more popular phrases usually have more searches. In this case, the correlation isn't there. We would be wasting our time and energy if we tried to target this keyword phrase because it's just not that good. Does that make sense? I want to make sure you guys are on the same page with me here. Low percentages, high numbers here is what we're looking for in the volume. That tells us the popularity. So if it were me, right, and if I were looking at these keyword phrases, I'm trying to create a giant list of keywords that I want to rank for. I want to get my site to rank for. So I'm probably going to make a note of this one. 47% isn't bad. I probably won't make a note of this. I'll definitely make a note of cheap pearl earrings. It's only 43% and 141. Here's the one that I'm not sure about. High-end pearl earrings. Now, what's the problem with this one, guys? Well, I mean, the score's good, isn't it? Difficulty's pretty low. The volume shows 0. Now, does that mean that 0 people on the internet search for this? Not necessarily. It just means 0 in being on average in the last few months. But that number could actually be like 0.5. And if you multiply that by 5, there's probably a few searches for it. There's not very many searches, but just because there's a 0 there doesn't mean it's not something you should target. We're going to end up targeting hundreds, if not thousands, of keywords. So I still may make a note of this one and try to rank for it, just by virtue of the fact that the score is so low. Inexpensive pearl earrings I might do. Dangle I'll definitely do. Pearls isn't actually that bad. 48% is still pretty competitive. I don't think I could pull a ranking for that for several months. That would still be hard. Fashion is totally out of the question. Necklace, it's not even completely related to my stuff. It's not specific enough. I wouldn't try to rank for that. I wouldn't try to rank for earrings. Certainly wouldn't try to rank for jewelry. This is how your analysis should go. So, I use a spreadsheet usually, guys. I'll fire up an Excel document, or I'll even just put it in Microsoft Word, whatever the case may be, and I'll just make a big list of all these keyword phrases, and I'll try to keep track of their percentages as well, just so I have my big master list and I can be looking to target the right stuff. If you guys will do this research and do it well at the beginning, you'll surpass a lot of your competition out there, because most people, and you may have fell into this before we even had this conversation tonight, but most people, they think of the obvious keywords. They think of pearls. They think of pearl necklace. They think of pearl earrings. They don't dig deep into the less competitive, less sought after keywords, and that's where the money is going to be for you guys who are starting a new business. That's the key to this whole thing. It's counterintuitive, but it's the right strategy for a new business. Now, if I were marketing this website here, this Uptown Pearl, and I were marketing it knowing that it had been in business for like 7 or 8 years, they've already been online for a while, Google trusted them a little bit already, then I might target some of those more aggressive, higher percentage keywords, but not for a startup. No way. And most of you guys are startups. So I want you guys, when you're using the Moz tool, to look for stuff that's in and around 40% or less, and then as high on that Bing volume column as it possibly can be, and come up with hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, because we'll use all of them in our marketing as we go. Okay, so I'll probably work on this a little bit. I'm gonna come up with a big keyword phrase list. I'll share it with you guys. We'll do it in a subsequent webinar, and you guys can kind of see what I came up with, how I organized it, and then we'll be talking about how we're going to use those keywords in our search engine optimization. Really, the only reason why we're doing this keyword research is because at the end of the day, I want my site to rank in the natural organic listings that are right here. And it starts with keyword research. And I don't pay for these, guys. That's the beauty behind this. If you can pull a first page ranking for something here, for a keyword phrase that's pretty good, it can send you hundreds, if not thousands of visitors forever and ever. One of my sites that I've had for a while, this one right here, this is mockingjaypinstore.com. I think I've showed some of you guys this site. My best keyword phrase I am on the first page of Google for, and I'll show you. Well, I haven't checked recently, so I hope I'm not wrong here. It fluctuates a little bit, but I'm going to type in Mockingjay pin. That's my main keyword phrase. And we'll see if, yeah, there I am. I'm at the bottom of the first page. Am I getting traffic for this? You better believe I am. I get a tremendous amount of traffic for this keyword phrase, even though I'm at the bottom of the first page. It's a highly competitive phrase for me, but because I'm here, I'm definitely getting plenty of traffic, and I'm going to work over time to boost myself up so I'm a little more competitive. But you know what? Even you just need to break onto that first page. You really do, and that's going to be what we try to do over the next little bit. Okay, so before we end the webinar, I'm just going to look at some of your questions here. Feel free to ask. I'd love to answer whatever I can. Let's see. Let me scroll down and look at some of your guys' questions here. Okay, and to clarify, Linda, I probably clarified. The higher the percentage, right, on this. Oh, where's my mouse tool? Sorry, you know how you get so many tabs open at once. Let me close that out. Here it is. Okay. Again, just to recap, lower percentages here means less competition. Higher percentages mean high competition. So we want around 40% or lower. That's the type of competition we're looking for. Where we want higher numbers is in this section right here, because this represents how often people are searching for that keyword phrase. Oh, funny question. Delmy and Robert here asked, where did we get all the names for our jewelry here? They suggested maybe past girlfriends, and that's definitely not the case. These names actually come from the owner's sort of like set of friends and people they know and people who've been influential in their life. So that's where they got the names. That's kind of the situation behind that. Okay, so guys, any questions then about doing keyword research the right way? I'd love to answer any others if you've got them. Otherwise, I'd love to have you guys get started on this. Those of you guys who have websites, you can start right away and get doing some keyword research. Those of you guys who don't have websites, that's fine. You'll be doing this shortly anyway. I'll just wait for a sec. And thank you everybody for coming. Hopefully this has been helpful. Marketing is such a big topic. It's like, I imagine you guys probably remember your math days, right? You remember the first time you took like an algebra class. I remember the first time I took calculus in college. I remember when we bought our textbook, it was just this gigantic. I mean, it must have been 600 or 700 pages long of calculus and all these awful math problems. And I just remember thinking, there's no way ever I'm going to learn how to do all of this stuff. Marketing on the internet feels a little bit like this, but if you can come to these on a regular basis, we're going to tackle each issue and hopefully let you apply it. And I definitely think you'll get it over time. It's really not that complicated once you learn it. Okay, well, you know what? Merry Christmas to all of you guys. I'll hear from you guys in 2 weeks on this webinar again. Hopefully you can come. Next one is on the 8th. And if you have any need for some clarification after you see this, contact your coach. If I'm your coach, contact me. Otherwise, we'll be posting this on the YouTube channel as well as on our corporate website. So again, thanks